Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today I'm going to be showing the start of the next step of the Colonizing Conan project. I didn't think the first step would be ready to show just yet, however, having just spent the last 8 hours on the server, I think there's enough to show. Before we do start though, this video is sponsored of course by our server provider for this project, Host Havoc. Host Havoc is a server rental website that offers servers for a variety of games, alongside TeamSpeak servers and web hosting. From Minecraft to Mordhau, CSGO to Conan Exiles and everything in between, Host Havoc have a wide variety of servers available for reasonable prices, along with friendly and helpful customer support both pre and post purchase, and a wonderful interface to help run your own server from. The servers are smooth and reliable, and are located in various places across the world to ensure you always have the best possible connection. A massive thanks goes out to Host Havoc for providing the server that will allow us to undertake this project, so if you are looking for a server, take a look at what they have to offer through my affiliate link in the description, and if you do choose to make a purchase, it'll help me and the channel out too. Now, on to the rest of the video. The Sentinel City was a big project to start off with, but was one of the smaller cities for Stormhold that I intended to build, and generally probably one of the smallest cities across the entire map. Today we're going to be looking at the luxurious and well-connected capital of the Stormhold lands, Fallstead. Whilst the Kingdom of Stormhold was first founded in the Second Era by Cadric Fall, one of his descendants who made their way to the exiled lands claimed this area as his home and the seat of his new throne, thus the name Fallstead as the chosen seat and lands of the founder of the Stormhold Kingdom within the exiled lands. With these lands being under the relatively safe rule of the modern day High King and Queen, Fallstead remains the public-facing heart of the kingdom, being built in a strategically important location, having good links to the other Stormhold cities in the north, the allied kingdoms to the west, and the elven lands to the east. The city takes up a large amount of land, offering plenty of space for residents, with the city holding a large and fairly high-class population. As you can see by the zoning plan, the city has a large residential and commercial zone, sandwiched between two smaller industrial zones on either side of the city. The ports are right on the border on the river of the commercial zone, with goods able to be moved straight into stores and resources able to be moved directly into the Western Industrial District with ease, whereas the Eastern Industrial District will be more focused on domestic work for the city. On the map you're looking at the moment, the Western Industrial District is on the right, and the Eastern on the left. I know that's weird, but it's kind of just how I did it. At the heart of the residential and commercial district is the temple, which serves as the bedrock for the rule of law and morality within the city. The temple is a part of everyday life for most of the residents in the city, helping to keep them happy and subdued. For the build brief of this city, it was fairly similar to the Sentinel City, as I wanted to keep things fairly consistent across all the Stormhold settlements. We'll be using a lot of the same materials around the city, especially for the official city structures such as border walls, guard towers, etc. The palace on the eastern side of the city and the temple at the heart of it will be designed to be unique and to stand out from any of the basic structures within the walls, both in material palette and architectural design. The border walls will be designed to be taller, wider and more intimidating than the Sentinel City, with a more interesting architectural design. In fact, speaking of walls, why don't we start there? Firstly, we'll take a look at the beginnings of the main border wall on the south side of the city. This wall was initially designed differently by Doomshade, however we both decided to tear down the wall and rebuild it with a wider and more interesting architectural design, which ended up being a fusion of ideas by both me and Doomshade. Whilst the Sentinel City's walls were functional and suited the style of the city, having walls that could actually hold off a large siege felt far more appropriate for Fallstead. Therefore the walls are designed as the front line and first point of defence for any siege, being heavily armed with functional cannons, and an inner area below the cannon bay for archers to rain arrows down upon attackers. As the southern wall grows, it will become even more of an indomitable structure, and will continue to be more powerful with the addition of siege cauldrons and more cannons. I also built a wall on the eastern side. This is of course smaller in length, though it's still heavily armed, and is a great defence for anything attacking from this side of the city. Whereas the wall on the southern side of the city is held in place with footers at the bottom of each buttress, this wall is instead heavily bracketed around the bottom of the buttresses, as the footers just really wouldn't work on this heavily sloped ground, and worked more as an entrance ramp, like an invitation of sorts to climb the walls. The walls can be accessed from the inside of the city through elevators built into the support buttresses, which is the design we'll be using for the southern wall when some more of the construction is complete. I've also separated the residential and commercial district using smaller, more modest walls, which keep the same material palette as the larger border walls but are far less intimidating. Some more large border walls need to be added around the, of course, borders of the city, but you can expect them to take this sort of form, especially with the triangular buttresses adorning each side of the wall. Next, let's take a look at the two city structures near the southern border wall, the Courthouse and the Town Hall. Each of these structures are built with similar materials to the border walls to denote their status as official structures of the city, each serving specific purposes for the various authorities in the city. The Town Hall is a fairly modest building where licensing and trading are discussed and ruled on, with the Fallstead Licensing Committee granting or denying licenses to new traders, the Event Committee helping to structure, organise and budget for city events, and the Planning Department handling the organisation and construction of new stores and homes, along with repairs to public facilities. The courthouse is fairly self-explanatory, of course, being the place where criminals are tried under a usually fair and neutral process that decides what punishment they will receive for the crimes they are accused of if proven guilty. The courthouse was initially intended to be the town hall, though I kinda got carried away, but alas in a good way. I really like how the courthouse came out. It definitely feels like an important and official building where legal matters are handled. Next, let's head over to the temple. At the moment this is a church of Set, though the lore template does say Mitra. I'll work out exactly which god we should go with as we continue on with the work on Fallstead. This church is intricately designed using arena pieces, along with plenty of banners, glass artwork and more. As I said earlier, the church is designed to function as a daily factor in the lives of the residents of Fallstead, and thus is open most hours of the day, closing at curfew and reopening come sunrise. The church has quarters for the High Priest above the ground floor, with access to the lofty bell tower through these quarters. The bell tower rings half an hour after sunrise, at midday and at curfew, being the tone that dictates the pace of life within Fallstead. Next, let's take a look at the arena over on the far western side of the city. Every great city needs an attraction for both foreign visitors and the residents, and this is exactly that. This expansive arena is designed to house around 1,000 viewers, with a massive fighting pit for both trade fighters and prisoners sentenced to trial by combat. The arena is the place where the residents of the city will go to blow off some steam and enjoy some good old-fashioned blood sports, with fights happening weekly. Combatants will fight both man and beast within the fighting pits, with the annual Grand Melee being an attraction that draws fighters from the west and the east to this grand arena. Finally, let's take a look at the commercial district. This is still very much a work in progress and is probably nowhere near finished, but I think it's got enough content that's worth sharing. All the stores are currently unfurnished, though each will serve an individual purpose for the residents and visitors to the city, trading a variety of items from food to weapons, clothing to furniture, and much, much more. There's also a nice little garden plaza area in the commercial district that Doomshade built, along with a tightly packed high street style complex design that still needs to be blended into the environment a little bit more, but is definitely a great building block for the commercial district. This store block sort of design took a long time to build, but I really do like how it came out, especially with the tunnels underneath some stores on the bottom level. You may have also seen a structure on the island just a bit north of the commercial district, but I think we'll leave that for next time. And there we have it, the start of Fallstead, the capital city of the Kingdom of Stormhold. Thanks for watching. This is definitely shaping up to be an even bigger project than Sentinel City, and to think it's only the second city of many, many more. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments below if you have any build suggestions for future videos. As usual, absolutely anything is welcome. Don't forget to both follow me on Twitch and join the fun on our Discord through the links in the description. And if you'd like to support the future of this channel, the link to my Patreon is also in the description below, with various tiers and rewards including special Discord roles, sneak peeks at new videos, your name at the end of videos, and more. On that note, a thanks to our patrons Sammy, Sir Dialot, Randar, and Dawnfox. If you're new here, feel free to check out the rest of the content on the channel. There are new Conan Exiles videos coming every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you like what you see, subscribe and ring the notification bell to be the first to see the next video, and to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.